Welcome, everybody. It's another exciting edition of the Sports Hole. I'm your host, Luke. With me, as always, XFL Jim, rock and roll Matty Goldberg. Gentlemen, what's going on?
What's up, boy?
Monday night.
A fun day night.
Yeah, a lot of
What a
baseball, a
weekend.
lot of football. We always start with college, but I'm going to say if the Bills don't win, you got to fire Sean McDermott. Fire him on the tarmac.
Tonight?
Fire him on the tarmac, Lane Kiffin style.
Wow.
Before we get into any football, how do you guys feel about being in the football solstice? I believe as of it was either Wednesday or Thursday. I think Thursday, where it's like 49 straight days of football.
Oh, is that when like college starts playing?
Yeah, so like
Tuesday
tomorrow we
nights?
get conference. Tomorrow and Wednesday we get like Conference USA and Sun Belt games,
Cool.
and then Maction will be here before you know it.
But
Yeah. Good old Maction. Maddie's frozen in time. Beautiful portrait style.
I feel like every time I'm on the road, Maddie has connection issues.
That is weird. Maddie.
It's an interesting little take.
Yeah. So I think Maddie, it affects his heart. He's sad when you're away. Jim, we got to talk about the elephant in the room, though.
Are you talking about the Trent Dilfer firing at
at the
UAB?
same
Yes.
time,
I couldn't. None of my employees
I
were
just
getting any
learned
work
that the
done
college
today talking
season
about
is
it.
halfway.
Maddie, are you all right there?
Maddie, you're
That's
just frozen in
crazy to know.
time.
Yeah, now it's half. You are frozen, or I'm frozen. I don't know. Now
Okay,
you guys are good.
I think he's back.
I don't look frozen. Am I frozen? What am I doing?
No, you're good now.
What am I doing in my frozen moment right now? Okay, I don't know. I'm getting,
It's like you're
it said
lagging.
low bandwidth
You're
and now it's
lagging.
working.
There's glitching.
Yeah. Sorry, I mean I don't know.
That's okay. You're not an internet repairman. It's okay.
We were just
Yeah.
discussing the biggest firing of the weekend, Trent Dilfer at UAB.
Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
believe that, Maddie?
Yeah, I mean Trent's a weird guy, and I don't know. It didn't seem like his players liked him very much, but I know
think
you're making a
anybody
joke.
likes him.
And I will say about James Franklin, I was thinking the first thought is like he should go to North Carolina
No.
because he's a good recruiter. I mean, how does he get all these players? He gets 5-star players left and right, NFL
Good at
stars.
building programs up too. Like he's not a bad coach.
No, he can't win big games, but if you want to build a program, he's a salesman, I guess.
If you're Virginia Tech, do you try and go for him?
Sure, because he gets players. You're trying to get
there's
players now.
obviously there's programs that wouldn't want James Franklin. I feel like if a Florida opens up, they probably wouldn't want him.
No, you need a mid. I think
program. Every other job that's open right now would take him, though.
What if he went to Oklahoma State? Would that be the most random place? I'm trying to think of the most random place he could.
But that's the size.
Oregon State.
Those sizes are what he's good at. He's good at those sizes. That's the thing. Not Florida State. They want the guy from Indiana. They want a team like Virginia Tech, North Carolina, Oklahoma State. They're looking at a guy like him because they just need recruits and they just need to build the program back up.
I know everyone and their mothers talking about Kurt Signetti, and I think he's one of the top coaches in the sport. But I don't think Penn State should take him. I think he's a great do we know that he can actually recruit?
Well, that's the thing. There's no guarantee he wants to leave Indiana because, I mean...
Oh, I don't think he does at all. No. I don't think he wants to leave. But, even if he did, do we know if he can recruit?
Who knows? But we do know that James Franklin will get another job.
Oh, if he wants one, dude, I don't know. I would sit on my ass.
You don't I feel like I feel the way everything's heading is these coaches don't even need to recruit at some point. There will just be a recruiting department.
Exactly.
We do it as long as the players show up, as long as he's affable, they'll be like, okay, cool.
I mean, what Bill Belichick did was he hired this guy, Mike Lombardi, who's always been kind of a general manager and a scout for him. And he had him do it. But he's never done that before. That's why they're such garbage. But if you get a guy to do that that's good at it, you're fine. But, it's it's very hard to fire guys when their buyouts are so big, but when you're supposed to be, this is your year and you're 3-3, and you lose to Northwestern and UCLA, you got to go.
What I was going to say, so like two things is it's hard, but also it depends on how the buyout's structured. Because I know like there's some buyouts out there where you have to pay the entirety within like a month. And then other buyouts where you have to pay that amount, but it's like over the course of 10 years, you have to pay $30 million or $50 million. So you just kind of like build into the expense every year. And then what whiplash for James Franklin? Like before the Oregon game, you're number two or three in the country, like with a chance to go up and like be in a position to lock in the playoff. And then 3 weeks later, you're fired.
Well, I think in sports, especially in football,
the whiplash is
a really bad loss. You can lose the locker room. Like I saw that with the Bears last year. They're 4-3. They're about to beat Washington. They lose on a Hail Mary where guys are fucking around. They don't win another game the rest of the year, and you can lose the locker room. I'm watching the Bills right now, and I'm like, they can lose the locker room because it's like last week they're supposed to beat the Patriots. They don't. And people are like, the same shit every year. We're going to waste another Josh Allen season. And once you lose it, guys don't care anymore. They don't run through a wall for their coach. And
it's crazy. You feel like the second you start threatening us like, hey, we're going to stop funding the NIL. We're going to stop donating as much. That coach is gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And recruits are leaving. So from what I heard, Penn State had some guys coming in, and they already are.
Yeah, they've had some decommits. I don't know whether or not the team will quit on him. You know who also kind of like fucked up this year is Drew Aller. I bet Drew Aller, if he would have gone into the draft last year, would have been a first rounder.
Sure. And that's what
he's just an undrafted guy now, right? Like,
is he a senior?
I think he's a junior, but he's out for the rest of the season. He's done this year.
Right. So then it's like now he's got to come back an additional year. You know,
and you don't know if he's going to want to come back with whoever the new coach is.
Oh, I don't know if the new coach will want him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want him. He's still the number one quarterback recruit a couple of years ago. So he's got talent.
I don't think he was ever the number one quarterback recruit.
He was a 5-star guy, dude.
He's a 5-star guy. I don't say anything about that, but
I just saw that he was the number one guy a couple of years ago.
Was he number one?
Like, I think so.
My sources are telling me it's Franklin in Nebraska now.
No, I hope not.
Rule's taking the job.
Well, that's the other thing. Like, it is a weird thing for Matt Rule because it does. I just saw a documentary on Lane Kiffin, and even though Lane Kiffin is always full of shit, you know, he was like, the one job. I love Tennessee, but the one job was USC. And I know that for Matt Rule, he's a Philly guy. He's a Pennsylvania guy. You can come home.
He was played there, you know. He was a walk-on linebacker.
Yeah, so it's a very hard one. It's like, yeah, Nebraska's better, but like, are they that amazing right now?
Well, my thing is like, if you're a Penn State fan, do you like that hire?
Not really.
Well, here's the deal: you got to go with what's available. So I think first and foremost, everybody's going to go for Cignetti. Okay,
I think Cignetti's got to be like number one.
To me, as far as a track record goes, like it's night and day with anybody else. Rule is moving Nebraska in the right direction. Who knows where he'll be in a year or two?
The biggest knock on Rule was the whole reason you didn't want to, like, why people were hesitant about Franklin is you can't beat like the top teams.
Right.
He's never been able.
He's never had an opportunity.
Yeah, he could almost end up being a Franklin 2.0. You know,
like, do you guys know when Matt Rule's last win against a ranked opponent was?
Yeah, but he's not really ever had a job that he's in that position. I mean, his success was a Baylor team that basically almost got the death penalty, and he came in there and he fixed it real fast, and that's all he's ever done. He's also had some decent years at Temple, but with Temple, there's there's a realistic. You go 500 at Temple, you do a good job.
Matt, like, it's not with him. he has one win against a top 25 opponent.
I understand, but he's not
even top 10 like James.
I understand.
I don't think if you're Penn State that you want that. And obviously, yeah, he's got it on the right track.
But he's you're not putting in the fact that he's never had a program that James Franklin's had.
That's fair.
I don't know.
He hasn't had a big win. He hasn't been in a big program.
But I think you can kind of tell by the types of teams he has, though. Like, are his teams like winning the line of scrimmage all the time? You know, like it's kind of shit like that. Like, he's a great schemer and shit, but
he also has the thing as a head coach where he holds on to coordinators a little too. Like, he held on to his OC a little too long.
I look at I compare him to his Bill O'Brien. So Bill O'Brien took Penn State over when they were a disaster from the Sandusky thing. So he comes in there and he cleans it up real fast. And then he gets all the jobs he wants. The Texans in the NFL, and now he's at BC. But then you go like, well, what has he ever really done? And that's the same with Matt Rule. Like, Matt Rule's never had the opportunity Nebraska's big, but they're not Florida State big. They're not Florida big. They're not like Ohio State big. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but what's Penn State?
Huge. Then they'll really decide whether one of the biggest alumni in the country. Yeah, then if you can't beat the top 10 teams, then you can really say something. But I'm not going to blame him at Baylor for losing the top 10 teams or Temple.
All I'm saying, if I'm Penn State, if I'm a fan, I wouldn't be that excited.
No, you're like, prove it. Like, I would be like, show me. That's the way I would look at it.
Well, I just what's the how much of an upgrade of James Franklin is that?
It doesn't matter. You just want to get him out of there because you know what you're getting with James.
You want to get James Franklin out of there, but if you just replace him with Matt Rule, that's kind of like
it's like when I say fire Sean McDermott on the Bills, you're like, well, who are you going to replace him with? It's like, well, it doesn't fucking matter. You know what you're getting. If you're tired of this shit, it doesn't fucking matter.
I understand that, Matty, but you still need to figure out who you're replacing him with. That's still part of it.
I get it.
If you slot
James
Matt
Franklin, just get him the fuck out of there. They had to get him the fuck out of there.
I understand they got to get him out of there. I'm just saying, who do you hire? I get it.
It comes to a point where it doesn't fucking matter.
They got him out. Now you have to figure out who to hire.
Yeah, hire the grad assistant for all I fucking care. Because once you know a guy's ceiling, and once you know you will never get past that ceiling, what is the point of keeping him there and paying him all this fucking money?
We're past that now. I understand.
No,
there's a very real possibility here that Penn State just turns into Nebraska.
Well, there's another guy they can get. They can look at Urban Meyer. They can look at Matt Rule.
I love that. That would be hilarious.
Why would it be hilarious? He wins everywhere he goes.
And this was the last time Urban Meyer coached.
Well, Jackson
about 4 years ago in the NFL.
Yeah, when was the last time he coached college?
Maybe 7 years ago.
I don't know if Urban would do as good in this modern era.
Look, I'm not saying it's the right thing,
but I'm saying on here
with James Franklin, it was done. It's done. It's over.
Yes, it was done. Who are the top three? Because I don't think Curt Cignetti leaves.
Why not?
I think the situation he has in Indiana is
if Matt Rule is available, he will be, only because he's got ties there. I don't really know.
So here's who I've heard. Obviously, Curt Cignetti is they want him real bad, but I feel like that Indiana was smart and they locked him into a super long contract after last year. So Indiana was ahead of the curve, and I feel like he's set up at Indiana pretty darn well.
I know, but you're going to be throwing everything at him. Everything.
What is everything?
What about that buyout?
Because you pay the $50 million. You got to pay his other million.
Look, Florida State, Florida, Penn State will all probably have jobs open next year with checkbooks that have the craziest fuck you money ever. Now, you might not take the money because you might be happy in Indiana, and not all the money in the world can buy you happiness. But they will be throwing the Brinks truck at him because there really isn't a lot of guys out there. Who is out there? There's not a lot.
ones I hear for Penn State, and I'm sure it'll change once Florida opens up too. But it's Curt Cignetti, it's Matt Rhule, Matt Campbell's still on the list for people. Eli Drinkwitz, I hear people talk about,
and he's a very good coach.
And then people say Elko at Texas A&M, but I don't know why you would leave Texas A&M.
No, they're one of the top spending programs in the country.
Like the money is like crazy there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can maybe see Eli Drinkwitz, but he might be eyeing an SEC job, though. He might take that Florida job. I heard some people say Dan Mullen.
No.
Again, give him another shot.
He's been doing good. Undefeated at UNLV. And then, Luke was saying, if you don't need to recruit, he's actually a good coach.
Well, Mullen was like, where was he? Where was he at? Like Mississippi
Florida.
State?
He's at Mississippi State, super successful.
He was really good there. And then when he got to Florida, it was not great.
He was good. He was good-ish to start, but he just didn't give a shit about recruiting.
Yeah. Like, he's a good offensive coach.
He's like a great mind for it.
But, yeah, I don't know. Like, that's, again, it's like, it's hard, man. It's you either want to go, like, unknown or super known. I think it's Cignetti, or you got to go get in there somewhere.
I heard some people say, Oregon's offensive coordinator. I forget the guy's name. That wouldn't be a bad shot.
No, I should get fucking Jerry Neuheisel now that UCLA's undefeated under him.
Is it nuts that he's getting 100% of the credit and the fucking interim gets 0?
Yeah, who is the interim?
It's something. Is it Storm? I forget.
Well, their offense is on fire, so
it's
just like you see the turnaround in the quarterback, but they're 2-1 in the conference, which is amazing.
And they have a whole new life to it. They can actually do some damage in conference.
I know, it's crazy to think.
I'm scared for Nebraska to play him now.
And that's why you don't really know, a lot, they were talking too about, though, you got to be careful because, the Raiders, Antonio Pierce, when McDaniels got fired, he came in, won 3 out of 4 games. They hired him, and then he was no good. So you got to be careful there.
A lot of times that success is just because the current coach has left.
Exactly. That's what can happen at Penn State. Whoever comes in.
Was John Foster just not coaching?
I don't know what.
I think he's banned from coaching. He's never allowed to coach again.
Yeah,
that was awful.
Wow, what a tragedy.
That was some rough shit for sure.
All right, we had some games this weekend too.
Yeah.
Speaking of fucking Indiana, how about those Hoosiers, baby?
Wow,
amazing.
Dismantling them by 2 scores, unreal. In Oregon.
It was wild to see Dan Lanning afterwards. He looks like he was shocked. He didn't see it coming, I could tell.
I don't think I think Lanning could almost be a Franklin type.
Indiana plays so sound. They make so few mistakes, and they just, I don't know, they're good. If you can get a quarterback and keep him on the right, it's you can stay consistent and win.
And if you can get these guys, Cignetti's Indiana's still getting a lot of really good play, especially on defense from the JMU transfers he brought over.
Yeah.
They're fucking mean. And I love it. I think they're better than last year easily.
They are better than last year, and everybody's got to now take them serious. And did they play Ohio State?
I don't think they play Ohio State.
No.
Well, they are the second.
They still have Penn State on the.
They have Penn State, but other than that, there's no real threat. They're easily going to walk in undefeated.
Yeah.
They'll probably they'll walk into the Big Ten championship game, probably play Ohio State close, and then get a home playoff game.
That'd be fun.
They might have a chance at Ohio State this year.
Yeah,
Ohio State is damn good, but
yes.
I don't know. I still they're consistent and they're great, but I don't know.
The thing with Ohio State, and they they didn't even look that polished against Illinois and killed them.
Yeah.
I think at least scheme wise, and I don't know, maybe personnel wise to an extent, it feels like Ohio State's defense this year is better than last year, which is crazy for me to think.
They are really good.
Yeah. Well,
Illinois was the first team to score more than single digits against them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ohio State cruised against Illinois. Ole Miss barely escaped the Washington State.
That was a weird game.
Cougars.
I had that one on one of my like 4 screens for a little bit.
Yeah.
Near the end of it. It was just weird. Like Washington State came out, they had some good trick plays. They were just playing like weird and fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Ole Miss just obviously they kept in it.
I don't know how you can get these guys up though. Sometimes when you get these trap games, you can tell these guys like, "Hey man, don't take anybody lightly," and yet they still do. I mean, they were like 27-point favorite, and it's always those weird trap games that, you know.
Super big look ahead spot because they played Georgia this week.
Yeah, in between LSU, right? So they sandwiched that in between LSU.
Yeah,
which
major look ahead.
A lot out of them.
But Ole Miss, I trust them. I trust them this season. The SEC is going to be kind of a wild race.
Yeah,
with Texas A&M over Florida,
dude.
Florida was like in it for most of the game, and then
I wrote in my notes. I feel like Texas A&M. This might be the one year I actually think they're legit. Their defense specifically.
I love Elko. I love Elko.
So good.
Loving what he's doing. I knew it was going to be a great hiring, and again, like Texas A&M better hold on to him because I'm sure people are going to try to get him next year.
No, they will, Maddie. That's like I think A&M might be one of those jobs you can't leave anymore. Like,
feel like out of most schools out there, I don't know a school more willing to just throw money at somebody.
Yeah, I mean they paid what $76 million just to get rid of Jimbo Fisher. So,
yes,
dude, they got deep pockets. All those Texas schools have oil money. It's disgusting, and I love it. Also, Texas came back and they beat Oklahoma.
Yeah, Arch Manning looked halfway decent.
I think maybe, some of the pressure gets off of him because they're just saying you suck.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, fuck it. I can just relax.
Yeah, I
now.
saw that. I saw that as well.
So I'm
like
not sure how good Oklahoma is.
I feel like John Mateer rushed back from his surgery.
John Mateer was foolish to rush back. He killed his Heisman. I mean, he's not going to win the Heisman if he's out for a month. But you could tell he wasn't 100%. And then you go, look, they might not win with their backup QB, but are you helping your team? Or are you hurting your team when you're coming back way too early? Like, what's the point if you're not even 50%?
I also, maybe people were overvaluing Oklahoma a little bit.
Yeah.
Could I say something about Sherrone Moore? I'm worried about him. The
All
two
right,
games
let's jump right to Michigan. Okay.
The 2 games they looked the best were with the other guy.
Yeah.
And so as soon as he comes back, they just feel flat. They look very flat. The best 2 games they had was with the other guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
the worry for me in this game, Luke, was that I thought USC Michigan had 2 ways that it could go.
Yeah.
I thought either USC would just overwhelm them with like points and speed and scheme and just score a shitload and try and make it a shootout and they would win that way.
Yeah.
Or that Michigan would just dominate in the trenches and run all over them and keep it low scoring. USC kind of like owned them in the trenches.
That's what I worried about the most because I'm like, they're just beating us up. And that's our brand of ball. Like, even if we didn't win, we should be beating you up.
The big play was that 3rd and like
30. Shootout, you'd be
right at the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
The 3rd and 22 where they handed it off and they got like a 40-yard run.
Oh, I was
like, this is garbage. Like,
No, it was bad. The problem is Moore did take over a kind of depleted squad. So we do have to give him like another year.
Yeah, but he got the number 1 quarterback.
He did. The guy's still a freshman, though, and he's great. And we also have an emerging receiver. I think he needs to get rid of some position coaches. I think he needs to get a proper line coach. Grant Newsom played for the Wolverines just a few years ago and was just sort of an assistant, and then they promoted him, and I don't think he was quite ready for it. And then Wink Martindale just had a fucking shit game as a defensive caller too. I don't know what happened. The guy's been really good and he's been getting better with him too. And just this game was atrocious. So I don't know. It sucks because it's like, okay, we got at least one more year of this, potentially, unless they can turn it around. But
I would give
feel
one more year,
like,
but
what's that?
This can't happen after next season.
No. It's just he's got to show nuts and get the right people in the right seats though, because
I mean, if they're coming out like 3-2 next
I
year,
like our offensive coordinator. I like the flashes. I can see what they're trying to do, but they need to shore up the line again. This is not going to be a fun rest of the year for Michigan. They might even still win most of the games up until Ohio State, but
they're still probably like a 7-8 win team.
Yeah. It just sucks, but at least I know what they are now.
My whole take was this game was like, okay, the winner of this game has an outside shot to make the playoffs, and now it's like, okay, now USC has an outside shot.
I don't think USC is even that good. I think there's maybe 3-4 teams in the country that are really good this year, and the rest are just sort of playing for weird random playoff spots. But
I feel like the parity, I think Ohio State's really good, but I don't think Ohio State is as good as comparatively to Indiana, Alabama, Georgia than they were last year. The gap isn't as big.
I don't know.
I don't think the gap between Indiana, Miami, and Ohio State is as big between them and the next best teams.
Yeah, I'd be curious when we get into the playoffs and get some of these crossover matches. More of the cross conference matchups.
I'm excited for this week. We get to see fucking USC versus Notre Dame, basically a playing game.
Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a rough one to call. Notre Dame always looks like they're on their way out, and then they just sort of turn it around. I don't know.
Notre Dame, obviously, if Notre Dame loses this, they're out.
Yes, they're definitely out. You're not going to get in with 3 losses and independent. But I mean, they were sluggish in this game too, and picked it up in the second half. But I don't know. I would go with USC now for sure.
I think so too.
Right now.
Do you guys see? Do you guys think Norvell lasts the whole year at Florida State?
That's going to be tough. I mean, it started out so good, and now they're falling apart. So that's 2 bad years in a row.
I was going to say, in the last this season and last season, how many ACC wins does Mike Norvell have?
With this season and last season, I'm going to say 0.
He's got 1.
Crazy.
Oh shit, you're right.
Well, it'll be North Carolina, I'll tell you that.
He's got 2. I think he has 2, maybe 3 wins against this season. I think he only has 1 win against a P4 opponent.
Well, he'll beat North Carolina, so
it'll be funny at the end of the year when they play Florida, and it's like, who will get to keep? It'll be like the first time maybe both these coaches are going to be fired. At the end of the year. Napier is funny because his teams play tough and they look like they're going to win a lot. And then they just don't.
I feel like they play for him, but I just feel like he's not that good of a coach.
Yeah.
They come out strong. You're like, okay, this is shocking. And then by the fourth quarter, the second half, they always fall apart. It's like you feel like they just don't make any good adjustments.
We'll see. I don't know. What else we got to look forward to?
Tennessee, Alabama, Ole Miss, Georgia. Georgia's kind of hanging on by a thread. Georgia's it just seems they know how to win and they figure out how to win these games, but they're not what they were a couple of years ago. They're
how much of that Auburn-Georgia game did you watch?
I watched it was on one of my squares when I was focusing on other games, and I'm like, you're just like, okay, they can actually lose. But then when you don't take advantage of all your opportunities, everything changes. And they just there's moments where they can take that game over and definitely win, but they keep them in it and they keep them in it. And it's just like the same old shit.
You want to talk about a ref show too?
Yeah.
2 big moments. Well, 3, 2.5 really.
Sure.
That they go into halftime where Jackson Arnold for Auburn looks like he might have crossed the plane with the ball.
Yeah.
They spend 5 minutes reviewing it.
See, that's what I've been noticing is when they want to change these calls, they will sit there forever looking for something.
And then once they called the 2-minute warning before in like the first half,
yeah,
I shit you not, from when the 2-minute warning started till the end of the half was 38 minutes because of all the fucking penalties and reviews and shit. And then later in the game, Kirby Smart's like complaining about Florida, about Auburn like clapping on defense to like signal their guys, and he's going to run out the play clock. So he's running up, doing this to the official, like calling timeout. And then the official says he calls timeout, and he just starts clapping like, no, I wasn't calling a timeout. I was clapping, and they give him the timeout back.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't.
It was crazy. It was fucking crazy. But if we look in for next week, I had a whole list of games. Maddie brought a bunch of them up. I should just go through them all. Maddie, you could say if these are any ones that you would be interested in. There's some weekday games that I'm hyped for.
Friday's a good one. You're Nebraska.
Yep, Nebraska, Minnesota's a big one. The $5 Bits of Broken Chair Trophy. Louisville, Miami, I believe, is also on Friday.
It is.
And Louisville's 4-1.
Yeah. San Jose State, Utah State, just a fun Mountain West game that should have points. Baylor, TCU, always offense, no defense. Georgia Tech, Duke, awesome. LSU, Vanderbilt, come on.
That's a fun one.
LSU for real. See if LSU has an offense. Oklahoma versus South Carolina, a little battle of the disappointings. ODU versus JMU. It's a little tampered now that like they both kind of disappointed last week, but still a fun Sun Belt game. UNLV Boise. UNLV Boise is going to be awesome. Dan Mullen keeps pulling some shit out of his ass to keep UNLV undefeated. They're like must watch for me. A&M Arkansas, going to be crazy. Going to be awesome. Look forward to it. Bobby Petrino trying to coach for that full-time job in Arkansas. Mississippi State, Florida is dumb. It'll be dumb, but it'll be fun. Same with so we saw. I don't think this should not be close, but because it's such a letdown spot after losing to Indiana, Oregon at Rutgers. I don't remember what time. If that's an early game, watch for a sluggish Oregon.
Well, we see what happened to Penn State after a tough loss, but
Penn State to Iowa.
I think Dan Lanning is going to make sure this doesn't happen.
Penn State to Iowa is going to be something disgusting. Iowa just fucking steamrolled Wisconsin. Wisconsin might be one of the worst P4 teams in the country.
Wisconsin,
Fickles,
horrible.
I mean, how has he not been axed yet?
He's got to be.
I'm looking forward. I'm looking for Wisconsin to fire him and do the Barry Alvarez intern thing again. And then obviously,
they should fire him. So they should fire him mid-game, so he can go be an assistant at Ohio State in the middle of the game.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it's Holy War this week. It's Utah BYU.
It's a Holy War.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have.
Is BYU still undefeated?
They certainly are. Double overtime against Arizona.
I saw that was a wild one.
You guys see the Oklahoma State game last week?
I saw the fans. That was the best part of it.
You saw the shirtless dude?
Yeah, so one shirtless dude is throwing his shirt around. Then two guys join him. Next thing you know, you have 5,000 shirtless guys in the stands.
They took up 3 whole sections.
Which tells you that Oklahoma State is not having a good season.
That also tells you that college football.
I don't know anything about all I know about their game was the shirts. That's all I know.
Maybe they're just big Bert Kreischer fans.
That tells you that college football is fucking wonderful.
Yeah.
Let's get half
naked. That was a great fun moment.
And then also, Texas Tech probably should go undefeated in the Big 12. They look so much better than every other team in that conference right now.
Mm-hmm. I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to that. All right, you guys want to talk some professional sports?
Sure.
Not like NCAA is not professional anymore.
They had a firing too. The NFL had a nice little firing.
Yeah. Oh, this was going to be my major pick for you. So Brian Callahan got fired from the Texans. Mm-hmm. His dad, Bill Callahan, steps down, getting ready to replace Matt Rule and go back to Nebraska to coach them to another 27-22 record.
Yeah. Wish back to Callahan. The only thing anyone would ever want from the Bill Callahan era is his recruiting. I don't know how, but he was like really good at recruiting.
He had been coaching in a Super Bowl a couple years before that.
The only thing people want to know is, did he throw that Super Bowl? That's the only thing people care about now.
He might not have intentionally thrown it, but maybe just being lazy, he threw it.
Yeah.
Because Jim, you were probably just a spud.
It wasn't going well in Tennessee with the new guy. They got the lucky win versus Arizona, but every game they've looked horrible. It's a fast firing. I'm surprised Mike McDaniel hasn't been fired yet. I don't know.
Hearing
that Tua was calling out, it just shows. And it's like you only might get one coaching job your whole life. You used it by letting your players walk all over you, and putting your job with Tua is one of the dumbest things that a guy from Yale ever did. Like, you should, if he got a degree there, you should take his degree away, because those are two moronic things that I can think of.
I don't think he's ready to be a head coach.
I remember Bill Parcells said this, because Parcells was a tough motherfucker, and he was I remember Ty Law talking about him. Ty Law was drafted 20th overall by the Patriots. And he said, like, his first training camp, Bill was like, you're going to be the first round pick to ever be cut, And he ended up having a Hall of Fame career, but that's how crazy Parcells is. And the point I'm trying to make is, the Parcells' first year with the Giants, he barely survived. He went 4-12. And he told his guys, if I get my job back, things are going to change. And he became a hard ass. And he wasn't the guy's friends. And Mike McDaniel went in there and became everybody's friends. And it's just like, you got what you asked for, man. You wanted to be everybody's friends. You don't have a fucking job.
Do you think you can be a hard ass in this day and age?
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I feel like, at least not in the way they used to be.
You can't be like Jimmy Johnson throwing a guy off the field for asthma, but guys that are showing up late, guys that aren't going to meetings, these aren't guys this is not throwing a guy out for having asthma. This is guys who don't show up for fucking meetings. These are guys who don't care, or it's crazy how bad he is, and they're not firing him yet.
Well, do you so I'm trying to think of how you would be a hard ass. Like, maybe just you'd have to take away playing time, but then if they're your best player, that's fucking hard to do.
Look, Dan Campbell is not necessarily a hard ass. He's a hard ass in that if you disrespect him or you disrespect the team, that's it. He's going to respect you because you know the ramifications. We'll see what happens to the guy Branch. He called him out yesterday. He started to fight after the game. And that was the first time I ever was like, you don't fuck with Dan Campbell, because he will put your ass on blast. And he will put that guy on blast. With Mike McDaniel, there's no ramifications for anything.
So, putting him on blast, what does that mean?
Well, did you see the press conference?
Yeah, but that's just talking about it.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, then, yeah.
Well, he's already been suspended for a game. By the league.
Team,
also, Juju Smith-Schuster can suck my fucking dick. He's a dirty player. He deserved to be punched in the face. He deserved to be kicked in the fucking nuts and slapped in the face with a dick, as far as I'm concerned. He's a fucking piece of shit. And I don't know why the league doesn't step up and do something about him. It's a fucking, basically a blindside block.
Well, what happens is you usually get the second guy.
I know they do, but they have replay now. They have New York that can go in and find out when Jared Goff illegally motioned in the most obscure fucking penalty on the planet, but you can't go back and find Juju Smith-Schuster for an insanely dangerous fucking play. Fuck that guy.
That was the latest flag I've ever fucking seen for that play, by the way.
Chiefs, 0 penalties last night.
Yeah. No,
which is very fishy. It's very fishy. You can call a penalty on every play, so it's very fishy when you don't have a clean half is almost impossible. How can you play a clean game? That is insane.
No, it's all bullshit. It's just such arbitrary bullshit. They just pick and choose what they want to fucking call and not call.
Hey, how about the Panthers being undefeated at home?
They're fun.
That's cool. They're winning games.
Yeah. They're frisky and fun, as they say. The Bills are just garbage. I got to say this, too. The Patriots have a horseshoe up their ass because they got a quarterback. My MVP right now is Baker Mayfield. My runner-up right now is Drake May.
Wow.
He threw 3 absolute dimes. Like, did you see those bombs he throws?
Those were good.
He is fucking good. And it's so funny that the North Carolina won't celebrate him. And then I'm rooting really hard for Aaron Glenn, but when a guy is like, hey, you think this is it for Justin Fields, and he gets mad at the reporter, the guy had negative 10 yards in the NFL in a fucking quarterback league.
Yeah.
Who else do they have?
Fucking joke.
Well, no, I don't know. People should just go, no, I'm not going to take over that franchise. I know he's like, I don't know, he's probably in his 50s or something, but
yeah.
And you got to get an opportunity at some point, but don't go to the shittiest fucking.
Well, he got drafted there. He's from there. I mean, he's a Texas guy. But
I guess. I mean, someone has to coach.
He started his career with the Jets. But yeah, it's a disaster. And then it's like you can't handle the press has a right to say enough for Justin Fields.
Yeah,
that's an honest question.
It says about that organization too. They gave him $40 million. He was just a backup. Everybody's declared he's a backup.
5-yard out to Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson is a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL being wasted.
By the way, when we were having our receiver debates, on what's college, 3 of the top 20 are Ohio State guys.
I'm thinking right now it's going Ohio State, LSU, USC. It was LSU in the NFL, but now I'm thinking with Jackson Smith and Najee, what he's doing.
Oh, he's so good.
He might be the best receiver in the NFL right now.
And how much credit are we giving Sam Darnold?
He's been awesome.
He's been good.
I gotta say, I didn't believe in him. I thought he was just a product of the Vikings, making him look good. But he's been awesome, and boy, does Geno Smith look bad.
Yeah, and Darnold he did have a shit throw against the Bucs
and you got to take the Seahawks seriously.
Yeah, they're good. Mike McDonald is a great defensive coordinator too. So
yeah.
Speaking of Geno, I kind of hate having to watch Geno trot out there every week.
Oh,
it's sad.
What a weird move. The whole
he also has this attitude.
Getting Geno Smith.
He's thrown 10 interceptions this season already.
He said he's unlucky. He said he's been unlucky.
Yeah, but he said he makes his own luck.
Okay.
So I don't.
That doesn't make any sense.
After every game are amazing.
That doesn't make any sense, but I'll take his word for it.
It's basically every quote he's had after the losses hasn't made sense.
Yeah. Well, hey, if I do bad, I blame other people too.
Well, no, but he's blaming other people. Then he wraps around and be like, "It's on me."
I mean, I'll never forget one of the greatest things was this wide receiver on the Bills dropped a touchdown, Stevie Anderson, and he blamed God.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's great. He had a
shirt that said, I hate you, God, or God. It was funny because everybody thanks God, so he blamed God.
Can we retroactively give Joe Burrow the MVP for how bad the Bengals look without him?
Yeah. It's amazing, yeah.
What's funny too,
I thought even though Flacco for what he did came and played adequate. I mean,
I thought he looked pretty good.
And then I was thinking about it. Russell Wilson must be such a loser that I'm sure they asked the Bengals, who would you rather have, Flacco or Russell Wilson? And the players were like, trade for Flacco over Wilson. I really believe that. Because I'm sure you can get either one of those guys penny on the dollar. So they were probably like, who would you rather have? And they were like, Flacco, which is crazy to think just because of how old Flacco is. But, I mean, Russell Wilson has zero value. And who knew that Cam Scatterbo, a 4th-round pick, and Jackson Dart, they're like just changing the energy of the Giants.
But how long do we think this can last? I was watching Jackson Dart, and I'm like, this just
they're gonna win 10 championships in a row.
Cam Scatterbo, if he keeps playing like he plays now, maximum in the league
4 years.
5 seasons. Yeah, 4 or 5 years. Max.
The problem with him is he's going so hard.
CBD, and I love
you only have so many hits in your body and wear and tear like tires, and he's like wearing himself out already because, I mean, that's all he knows. He only knows 100 miles per hour, but...
See the clips of him in high school just banging his head against a wall before a game?
Jesus.
Crazy.
Like if he was in a movie with that character, you'd go, this is bad writing. What a character.
It would be like the program.
Human. Yeah, it looks... Seat at the
Starting
table.
Defense.
What about Brian Daboll yelling at the doctors
that was
to
great.
Hurry up on Jackson concussion protocol? That's insane.
I like
Holy shit.
It took one play of seeing Russell Wilson back out there to be like, can't fucking do this.
It's amazing. Like Russell Wilson, it's like in life, like you can go to a party and there's that guy that shows up and just the room just kind of like the energy sucks. Russell Wilson is that guy. Like the second he steps on the field, you just feel the energy of your team just deflate so fast.
When did he become
so I don't blame him.
Such a Russell Wilson fan for years. You know, he was just such a great, fun quarterback.
Yeah. And the Bills are going to lose tonight, by the way. Amazing that they're going to lose to this Falcons team. The Bills should be 3-3. If they don't beat the Ravens, they could be 3-3. And it's like, get fucking Sean McDermott out of here already.
Yeah.
There's a Super Bowl roster underachieving again and again.
Yeah, now they can't walk right into the division.
No, and now you feel like the Chiefs were like a little down, and some of these teams like the Chargers and the Bills are ready to take that step. So if they had to play the Chiefs in the playoffs, you get them in the road. But now I'm like, hey, the Chiefs will probably be the number 1 seed again. Same old shit because you didn't take care of business. Oh, they will be.
I don't know if they'll be the 1 seed, but I bet
who's going to be the 1 seed? The Chargers?
No, I don't think the Chargers.
The Bills?
No, maybe. I mean, still maybe.
The Bills suck.
With how easy their schedule is going forward, could you see the Patriots?
The Patriots, they could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have an easy schedule. They have a good coach. Vrabel's a great coach. And they lucked out. I mean, you draft quarterbacks, they lucked out, man, because May has it. Colts are very good. But, the Chiefs will be right in there, man. The Chiefs will be right the fuck in there.
It would not surprise me at all if the Chiefs, ended up making the AFC Championship game again.
And having a home field advantage. Because they're getting all their weapon back. They're getting Rashee Rice back next week. They got Xavier Worthy. Their defense is still very good. It's almost like they're better than last year.
Yeah, it's weird that we feel better about them now at their record now than we did when they were 5-1.
Well, you also know that the teams that had a chance to step up did not step up, and that's the problem. So the Bills could be, if they stepped up, they could be 6-0 now. They could be 5-1 at the worst. And they also could be 3-3. They lucked out because the Ravens choked. But it's going to be the Chiefs show once again. You'll see.
RIP 49ers.
Yeah, too many injuries.
Again. This franchise is so cursed.
Hey, the Bucs have a bunch of injuries too, though.
Yeah, they do. My MVP is Mayfield.
It's gotta be.
And my runner-up is actually Drake May.
Baker Mayfield, my favorite player right now in the NFL. The Bucs are must-see TV every week.
Yes, they are.
They play in the most entertaining games every week.
You know what? The one thing that fucked everything up was he decided to play that 1 year hurt for the Browns, and you could tell he was in a lot of pain, and they just panicked and got Deshaun Watson. What if they just stuck with him and you go, hey, the Browns need a franchise quarterback. You're like, well, they did. He's the MVP in Tampa Bay because you guys are fucking idiots.
And he was sitting on the bench in Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Life's weird, but it shows if you keep going, sometimes it pays off.
You got to keep going in life, friends.
All it took was that one opportunity with the Rams.
Yep, that one game. But he still has talent, and the Bucks got him real cheap. It was either him or remember it was like who's gonna get the job, him or Kyle Trask. Like he had to beat out Kyle Trask, and I think Kyle Trask got
the legend Kyle Trask to you.
Yeah. I knew he was not going to be a good quarterback in the NFL. He had a couple good games for Florida, but
I don't think any Florida quarterback I can remember was good in the NFL.
What about Jesse Palmer?
No,
he was great on the. I made this point because Luke got me into The Bachelor. I cannot take him serious broadcasting football. I just hear him being like, "Oh, Michelle, I'm sorry. Say your goodbyes." Like I can't hear him like giving real analytics.
Feel like he's not being vulnerable enough and opening up to you? Is that why you feel you can't
I'm more
get the
used
full
to him
love
saying,
connection you're looking for?
I'm more him used to being like, you have one more rose. Who's it gonna be?
Come on, Jesse speaks French though too.
Yes, he does.
By the way, I love it. They keep like Anthony Richardson out another week or two. No one gives a shit.
You see, like what he did, or like hear about it?
No,
during warm-ups, he hit himself with a band during warm-ups.
Oh, that's right. He was doing one of those elastic bands.
He fucked up his face. His orbital bone or something like that.
It's just like that's the guy it should happen to. Just goofball McGee. He's like a more talented Jameis. But at least physically.
Maybe he's just a worse Daniel Jones.
True. Never thought about it that way.
I like what the Colts are doing.
Killing it right now.
I thought it was interesting that the Cardinals played their best game with Brissett. They played hard.
Gannon on the clock now?
Yeah.
Probably.
I'm trying to look. I'm looking at some of the other games from this
He's got to be, right?
Yeah.
They should get a new coach, get a new quarterback, really
I gotta say has been good is Spencer Rattler hasn't been so bad.
He is the QB of the future, I believe.
For the terrible start that he's had to his career, going 0-10 to start.
Yeah.
He's not as bad as you think.
No, he's not that bad. And the other thing about it is he's not the problem. Like they're in every game and they're competitive. They're not as bad as the Titans or the Jets. So you can see that I like their coach. I always liked him. I think he can turn it around, but it's a good place to start because there's not that pressure of winning yet. I don't know who the Broncos are just yet because one week they look like they can compete with the Chiefs. And I don't know who the Steelers are because I think the Steelers play it feels like the Steelers have only played they're Ohio State and they've only played MAC teams so far.
I think they almost assuredly had that division almost locked up already.
Pretty much. Unless Lamar Jackson comes back and the Ravens don't lose another game. But they're 1-5. So they don't have a lot of margin of error.
Is Stefanski on the hot seat for the Browns?
It's weird because, by the way, the Bills are so fucking terrible.
Hey, what if McDermott goes, Stefanski gets fired? What if Stefanski goes to the Bills?
That would be good because Stefanski with a roster is a good coach. We've seen it. The Bills on a 3rd and 1 with 2 minutes to go, they just jumped off sides to lose the game.
Yeah, not good.
No. It's like how many games like this are you going to give McDermott? How many years are you going to waste Josh Allen's window? And I know they're a nice organization, so they don't want to fire guys for when they're hey, he wins 9 games every year, 10 games. He's got a Super Bowl roster and he can't finish the job. What are you doing you're wasting Josh Allen? You're tying that with the Patriots. That's embarrassing. The Patriots have the easiest schedule, but they weren't supposed to be good this year.
How concerned should we be for the Eagles this year?
I think they're like one of those teams that 1 year they're great, the next year they suck. 1 year they're great, the next year they suck.
I feel like it's kind of like a roll of the dice of whether or not like they hit on their coordinator hires. Yeah. And I feel like they just kind of maybe they didn't fully hit on their OC.
Their offense is off, and what's his face did a great job last year. He's now in New Orleans. Kellen Moore. Yeah, and he's great. I've loved him everywhere he's gone, from Boise to the Cowboys to the Eagles. He's a very smart guy, and I have no doubt that he'll get the Saints back rolling. Yeah. But I'm done with McDermott, and that's all I got to say.
All right, got some non-football news. Sister Jean is dead.
Yeah, 106.
Right?
What's that?
She lived to 106.
106.
Gone too soon.
I'm a middle-aged man, which means I haven't even lived half my life if I live to as long as she has. Think about that.
Insane. I
think she's gone too soon.
40 plus years of misery. Jesus.
You have plenty more to live for.
She had her moments, though. She had one Final Four and one Sweet 16.
I think like before
when they were playing Michigan and Portnoy, he's like, "Fuck Sister Jean."
Yeah, that was great. He was like,
I think like
Sister Jean, suck my nuts.
I think pre-NCAA tournament though, I think Loyola was like actually a pretty good school too. Like they were dominating like pre-NCAA tournament.
Yeah, like 1940. You're talking about?
I mean, was that the Chicago school? Is that the Loyola?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one with the Hank Gathers school.
Mm-hmm. No, that's in California.
Oh, I always get those two mixed up.
I might be Loyola,
right?
Yeah, there's two Loyolas. There's Loyola, Maryland, and then there's Loyola and Marymount. And I think Hank Gathers was in the one in California.
He was Marymount. If that's okay.
Look it up. One is in Maryland, and one's in California.
You mean Chicago?
Yeah, Marymount's in
Loyola, Chicago, though.
Oh, okay. That's Sister Jean.
Yeah, it is Loyola, Chicago.
Well, okay, they need to they should have to change their names. You can't have like multiple Loyolas.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing.
Yeah, it's the same thing we have around here where there's like 18 different like Wesleyans.
It would be one thing if like they were all dominant and we knew who was who, but they just pop up every once in a while, and then we just
not everything is based on.
Can't keep track, It's too hard. You guys got anything Anything before we get out of here?
Now, just the Dodgers are up 1-0.
Fuck yeah!
And the Falcons are just kicked the field goal. They're up by 10 with 1:43 to go. And Washington and Chicago are in a good game, 16-10.
It's been a good one.
So I got 3 games on. I had the fourth, and then it went to the news. And I don't really like watching the news because it's too depressing. So I'm watching these games and I'm seeing the news, and it's like some kid stabbed 5 kids in his high school. And I'm like, why the fuck is this on while I'm watching sports? But
also, I think I figured out why Maddie's freezing on his internet is freezing with us.
Oh, probably. I think so. I think we figured out
27 windows of sports open.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
on
guys.
my television.
Doesn't that go through the Wi-Fi though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're on YouTube TV, it does.
All right, guys. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week for another exciting edition of the Sports Hole.